Welcome to Leaders Lens with Raj. So, today we have a special guest with us. Everybody is looking forward to make a wealthy lifestyle. So, today with us, a wealth leader, a financial leader, a tax strategist, a wealth coach with us. So, he's none other than Anil Grandhi, the founder and CEO of AG FinTax is with us. So thank you, Anil Garu. Thank you very much. You are very well known coast to coast, and thanks for being in our studio today in Sacramento. And the next few minutes, would like to explore and get a lens from your perspective about leadership and what is all about this wealth strategist.
Sure.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Rajesh Garu, and thanks for the invite. You have a great studio here, and I'm so fortunate to be here and to be part of your shows. And I have been following all your activities on media, Swara Media. I'm so glad to be here. Yeah, definitely. Yes, I am ready to answer your questions.
Thank you. It's not for me, it's not only for me. It's for the entire community.
Agree.
So it's so proud to see you on Forbes magazine. And I would like to start with a great accomplishment or clout that you have. So what made you to be on the Forbes 500 people, the top 500 people, and what's your reaction and what's your family's reaction when they see that?
Okay. It is just I'm so fortunate to be part of the Forbes Finance Council member, and I was the one of the core members who contributes value to the community by writing a lot of articles, participating in a lot of discussions in financial related, tax related, and wealth related topics. So, and I have been serving as a Forbes Finance Council member for the last few years now.
Wonderful. So that tells like we are talking to a great guy, with a lot of knowledge. He carries a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom into this. So with that said, sir, first I would like to, and our community needs to know a bit of our journey. So what's your journey? Where did you born and brought up, and what made you to be in US, particularly in the wealth strategist sector?
Definitely. I am from a small town called Rajam in Andhra Pradesh.
Mm-hmm.
So I born, brought up there. I completed my studies till graduation at my hometown itself. But later, I wanted to do chartered accountancy course. Then I did my CA course with the PricewaterhouseCoopers in the Hyderabad PwC.
Oh, okay.
So then I got selected in the campus interviews, and at that time, I think it was in 2008. I was the highest paid chartered accountant in Indian history at that time as in campus interviews.
Oh, okay.
So that was my first achievement, I should say. Then that gives me a lot of confidence to achieve a lot more things. So then I worked as a finance controller, CFO for multiple companies. Then I got an opportunity to move to US around 10 years back. In 2014, I moved to the US. Okay. And I worked for a company called Sun Edison. It was the world's largest renewable energy company. Through that company, as a finance controller, I moved from India to US. And later I got into Amazon, and there actually I have seen the life in a different dimensions, and I led few organizations there, and then my leadership skills, I found my leadership inbuilt leadership skills. Then I quit my full-time job. I decided to quit my full-time job, then joined in Starbucks, but at the same time with a mission to do some business on the side. So then in the part-time I started my tax business. And later 6 months I was there with the Starbucks around, but later my business picked up. Then I quit my full-time jobs, then got into my business around 6 years back. And right now, God blessing, we are fortunate and successful, spreaded throughout the US. We are based out of Dallas, but we have licenses to do the business in all 50 states of America right now. So yeah.
Wonderful. So it's a great to hear. And many people who lands in this country, US is a land of pool of opportunities.
Yes.
So how do you grab it, and it's all in your hands to mature it.
Definitely.
Right. So in this age, in modern IT generation, most of the people whom we see is almost stick to an IT. But what made you to stick with the numbers?
Okay. Very good question. I am always a different person in any crowd in general, in NRIs in United States of America. So, but I am from a finance guy. Last 20 years, I'm in the finance guy. Even when I was working in India, I was in senior positions. So, with all my performance based, they pulled me from India to US. They requested me to move to the US, Very rarely finance people get opportunity to get into the America, to get into US for opportunities. I was fortunate. I know there are many more better smart people are there around, but I was one of the fortunate persons.
Who grabs the opportunity there to catch, right?
Yes.
So Anil, I've been seeing you last few years actively in the community by doing a lot of lectures in seminars, webinars. I would like to ask you one thing. In the financial or literacy journey, many people thinks that Rich Dad and Poor Dad book is being the first step. Are you a rich dad or a poor son?
This is a great question, and definitely those I should say that that book Rich Dad and Poor Dad is like one of the Bible in the finance and wealth planning tips for any person. I strongly recommend anyone to read that book. And coming to my personal life, definitely I believe I'm a rich dad who is more about visionary thinking, long term rather than short term. Financial literacy is very important. I have been encouraging and sharing my knowledge with the community and encouraging them to build their financial literacy. So financial literacy and long-term planning is the core to be a rich dad, and I believe I'm one of the rich dads.
Wonderful, very very well said. So you touched upon 2 points: visionary. What is your vision to be? What do you want to be? What's your vision?
Excellent. Actually, when I started my career as an entrepreneur, I had a vision. I had a vision to make at least 10,000 individual W2 employees to convert them into the entrepreneurs or business owners. But now, as I build a lot of experience, I'm fortunate to talk to so many hundreds to thousands of CEOs over the years, and now my vision is slightly modified to make people wealthier. Rich is different, wealth is different. I want everyone to build the wealth. There are different strategies we need to go through that. Wealth building cannot happen over the night. It requires a lot of long-term efforts, discipline, and also consistent efforts are required. Right now, I have been giving all my efforts at least to make 5,000 families to build wealth.
Very well said. So 2 things from this. Number one, you mentioned about a point about entrepreneurship. I love it. For me, entrepreneurship is not like a buying and selling. It's like solving a problem.
Yeah.
So you are creating a problem solvers. So you are empowering or bringing around 10,000. So you are aiming to bring 10,000 problem solvers to the community, which is really great. Yes. So how far are you on the journey?
I should say by this time I would have already crossed a few thousands of people on encouraging, motivating them, and converting them to the entrepreneurship. I have many hundreds of people come and tell me that they changed because of me. I feel so happy when I hear those words. But I should say, and I'm still continuing to work on it, because still I have been seeing most of us NRIs are still on W2 salaries. I understand if you are on H1B, I understand that, but if not, if you have your wife as a spouse as an H4 EAD, or if you are a green card or a citizen, definitely I strongly recommend everyone to be an entrepreneur rather than working for W2. But I strongly believe that I already achieved my goal at least by 30% in the next couple of years. I would like to cross my 10,000 goal.
Absolutely. So that's so phenomenal number, 10,000. It's a five-digit magical number. It's great to see, and congratulations on achieving the 30%. And I think you are creating a pie model where the tree model. Your successors are your team is enabling that to achieve that in a much faster way.
Definitely, and I am also actually, how I am achieving also, like I have been giving a lot of seminars and webinars. In every webinar, every seminar, I will definitely ensure that I'm touching on this entrepreneurship, how to become a business owner, what advantages we have, and on average, I might have do more than 150 to 200 webinars and seminars in a year. So that is a consistently we are working, where every webinar, every seminar, I definitely ensure that I touch these points. So that's how I'm increasing the number to reach my goal. And at the same time, I also build my strong team. As you were mentioning, my team also, every week, Tuesday and Wednesday morning, I spend my time for my team development inside internal trainings. And I encourage them also with a lot of training and to think big, and so that even when my clients even work with my employees, my employees still they get that feel, they get that quality, they get that a positive attitude from them.
Wonderful. See, here I would like to give a testimony. I reached out to Anil a few, I mean, maybe I think a couple months back. He has a bunch of WhatsApp groups, WhatsApp business groups. I was one of those groups members, and then I texted him about a business enablement, and I think he has a WhatsApp bot, and it was started asking questions, and then it is started giving the right answers. What you need to do. So I think he's leveraging the technology, processes, and people, which is three P's are pretty much are makes you under the right path. So I think he's already using all the three P's to enable an individual to become an entrepreneur. And thank you very much for enabling the process for us. I'm hoping many more enthusiasts to make their life successful, their vision successful in the journey.
Sure.
Great. So I'm going to touch upon the second point, Anil, which is on the wealth side. I always feel this. I'm not sure, you need to correct me if I'm wrong. Health and wealth, these are the two critical aspects for every individual. So health is something that no matter what you need to protect, and wealth is something that you need to protect for your generations. So annual health checkup is very important. Similarly, annual wealth checkup is also very important. What do you say that?
Definitely, I strongly agree with you, Raj. So we don't spend time on planning and also checking whether are we going in the right direction or not. Every one of us are very busy with generating income. But income, how much money you earn, doesn't matter at all. It's about what you keep in your pocket. That is called building wealth first. And saving. Whatever you're keeping, you're saving it. That's called building wealth. Then protecting. Protecting is also very important. You need to diversify. There are different strategies we follow on protecting the wealth, whatever you generate. And next is passing on the assets to the next generation. Those are the three levels is what I call in simple summary. But yes, annual checkup is very, very important. Annual wealth checkup is very important because everyone is not a wealth professional. They are busy with their own life and also they are experts in their area. But always our success depends on with whom we work. We need to build a team of people who can work for us, who can bring the value, like doctors or attorneys or CPAs or an accountants or wealth planners. So these, if we can have a strong team, and I along with the health checkup, I also recommend to do a wealth checkup also every year.
That's great. That's wonderful. And one another topic that on this topic, right? You being as a wealth strategist or you being a wealth consultant, I'm not sure what is your designation that you put,
Yeah.
but I see you as a wealth consultant and strategist for most of the community, right? So, as a wealth strategist, what are the typical challenges that you see for when consulting and communicating with the community people? So people think that I know everything, and particularly these days, AI, artificial intelligence, and digital tools. There are a lot of apps that gives you a hypothetical estimations of what would be good, etc. So when you see these kind of latest AI technologies and technological advancements are happening in digital space, what do you think the role of digital wealth strategists like you would be, and what are the typical challenges that you face?
Okay, so there are two questions. First, let me handle what are the challenges. What I notice, what people are facing it. The first one is short-term thinking. You are sacrificing long-term assets or long-term wealth for the short-term benefits. So it is not about how luxurious life you are living, but it's more about how much passive income you are generating, how you are protecting your assets, and what is your long-term thinking. Those are the key things. But people have been missing in this peer competitive world. So everyone is comparing with others, and they are getting into the trap of following others on showing up. So I should say that don't look for short term, always look for long term. That is one about the major challenges what I'm noticing. And coming to the your second question on wealth building. So regarding the wealth, if you look into that, AA tools, how we use AA tools for the wealth building. AA tools are really helpful now to bring in a lot of insights. So if we can, as a wealth strategist, if we can interpret how AA tools can help and what are the what are the strategical reports we are getting from the AA tools, if we can interpret and help our clients or people on building a customized wealth plan. That is what. So AI tools cannot replace us, but definitely it will help us to take a much better informative decisions on customizing the wealth plans for our clients.
Great, great. So, do you have any cheat sheets or any tools to support a small business owners, or maybe your clients on protect? I mean, helping these cheat sheets and helping them to manage and monitor and being very being proactive on this.
Okay.
Wealth assist.
Okay, so Chichi, what I should say, there are a couple of points which is first we should have a proper budget. Budget is very important. Budget, what is a budget? How much money you are earning? How do you want to spend? If you don't have the proper budget, then you don't have the track. You just spend the money whatever you get. People are increasing their income year on year, but at the same time, our expenses also going up. Our inflation is also going up. So if you are earning more, people are expecting a better luxurious life. That may not help to build the wealth. So we need to focus on saving the money rather than spending the money.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can take out the money every month, whatever you earn, you need to have what is our fixed target to save the money. Maybe 10, 20%, 30%, or 40% based on what are different income levels have different possibilities to save the money. Once you fix that number, take the money out. That's first having the proper budget and also implementing. Having a budget just on the paper, budget on the paper won't help. You need to have a discipline and you need to maintain all this in consistently. You need to follow the budget and actuals and comparison month on month consistently. Consistent efforts and discipline is very, very important to be successful.
Great, very great, very well said, very, very well said. Discipline and proper actions are very, very much important. I really agree with that. One another point, on your what you mentioned is the wealth is something that when you pass on to the legacy and next generations. A typical mindsets would think about taxations, the wealth transfers basically, right?
Yeah.
So how the wealth transfer tax strategies can be applicable? So do you have any tips and recommendations for the customers?
So definitely there are. I will take it into because you are referring to a tax. Let me comment on first tax. How tax helps tax planning. How tax planning helps in wealth building. When you want to build wealth, the one of the major thing you need to focus on tax optimization, because without tax optimization, because for every dollar we earn, we have been paying 30, 40, 50% in taxes. So if you can focus on how do you optimize it, how you can bring it down, definitely that will help you to keep the money with you and which will help you to build the wealth. So that is one from the tax. So when you want to do the wealth planning, tax planning is in-house, inbuilt in that. So that's very, very important. If you can focus on tax planning, it will help you to build the wealth much faster. And thus coming to the wealth transfer, as I said, initially I said, there are 3 steps: build wealth, protect wealth, and do a wealth transfer. You need to have a proper strategy on how do you transfer the wealth to the next generation. So considering the wealth transfer, one of the first most important will and trust. Those are very important. Even people have been hearing about will and trust. They are not taking any action against that. You need to have a will and trust. If something, there is no guarantee for our life. There is no guarantee that tomorrow morning we get up. So what is the action plan for our family? So if you have a proper will and trust, it's very important. That will help the family to reduce to face less number of efforts to get on the assets to the passing on the assets to the next generation. So very, very important will and trust. And also there are trust planning also can be done. And if you are a high net worth individual with a couple of millions of dollars of net worth, then definitely estate planning is very important. Right now, from January 1st, 2026 onwards, for which is less than a year, there is a gift tax limitation is going to come. The exemption on the gift tax amounts are going to come down from $13.99 million to $6.25 million approximately. So it means if you are passing on a wealth to the next generation for more than $6.25 million approximately, from the next year onwards, you are going to pay 40% in taxes.
Wow.
So you need to have a estate planning. So the advanced estate plannings are available, and one of them is premium financing, a great strategy which many of my clients have been following it, and we have been helping clients on implementing premium financing, where you have some long-term insurance policy that if something happens to you, the insurance death proceeds will take care of the estate payments, estate tax payments, 40%. Otherwise, what happens? You may be thinking you made millions of dollars and you are passing on the assets to the next generation, but to transfer those assets to your next generation, first government asks for where is my 40% stake. They have to sell the assets to pay the 40% of the assets. So rather, if you have some planning like a premium finance, that is one of the tools. There are so many tools out there. So one of the tools. So this will insurance premium through a trust which has to be designed. So then that will take care of all your entire estate taxes based on your insurance proceeds. So.
Okay.
So there are different trust plannings are required, but I strongly recommend estate planning is very important, because these days every one of our NRIs wealth have gone up in the last few years because our real estate investments have gone up, our primary home values have gone up, our income sources, the exposure on building the wealth, exposure on starting the being an entrepreneur, being a business owners have increased. So many startups, many people have started their own businesses. They started investing big into the real estate. They are diversifying their investments. So considering all these points, planning is very, very important. Before January 1st, 2026, you have to do your wealth planning. Otherwise, you will be ending up with a lot more in taxes after January 1st, 2025. Considering as of today, I'm talking about the current rules.
Oh, great. So, I think it's a call of action for,
Yes.
This is an immediate action that most of the people have to take it.
Yes, definitely.
Which is good. So, I would like to touch upon a couple other topics. You've been doing webinars coast to coast, and you have licensed in all the 50 states. I'm sure so you have customers across all the states. What is a typical mindset of NRIs from coast to coast? Is it like West is kind of more spends, or what is your observation?
Very, very good comment. And I do travel a lot, and I do have clients, and I do a lot of seminars, in-person seminars, and east to west. And right now I am in Sacramento in the Raj studio. But what I noticed is East Coast side people are more conservative, and West Coast side people are more a bit and aggressive risk takers. They invest a lot of things on the long term betting is more in the West Coast. But East side, what I see is whatever money they earn, they invest in it for a consistent income and conservative. So the growth rate of their wealth is slower, but in the long run the probability of success is very high. But in the West Coast, with my experience of talking with the hundreds to thousands of successful people and CEOs, what I noticed is West Coast people take a lot more risk, because there is a lot of exposure on the startups and also long term in the stock markets. They take the risk, and risk versus rewards. So some people are really successful, some people a bit failures also there. So diversification of investments are very, very important. So it's not East, it's not West. I am in the center. I am in Dallas. So we recommend a diversification of mix of these two concepts.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay, so that's another great point you said, from East to Coast. One other point that I want to touch upon is, so you mentioned about the startups. How many startups are coming these days? And there is an intel that you are a venture capitalist also, and for any great thoughts you could be a potential investor, and then help them the startup incubation, from an incubation to the next level. So is that true?
Yes, definitely, yes, that is true. And the number of startups have gone up substantially after COVID, I should say, because after COVID, a lot of people started working from home. That gives a lot more opportunity to spend on their own dreams and missions. And many successful startups also there right now. And I am also an advisor. I am also an investor for many startups, and I have been mentoring a lot of startups. And I myself is a co-founder for a couple of startups, and I've been investing. So definitely, and there's a lot of more exposure is required. Incubations really help. And I also do a lot of investments. I do work with many venture capitalists also. So I help people on from the setup of the business till raising funds and executing those funds and building the product or building the business. I've been helping the clients. Yeah.
Great. Women's Day is coming. So women are the queens and the kings of the family. So we say men usually that's how it is. So as a financial controller, you control and you help and wealth strategize for many people. Who is the wealth strategist in your family? Either you or madam.
Okay, so I recommend all women also to involve in the financial decisions. But in my family, actually, I am a spender. I want to spend more money, but my wife controls. No, you cannot spend. You don't spend. Don't spend. Actually, I should. She is better strategist than me. I want to enjoy the life, but she says that no. We need to cut out. We need to cut the expenses.
Good. So how are you seeing women empowerment and women entrepreneurs these days?
It is growing substantially at very fast pace, and when you want to, if we want to be a women entrepreneur, definitely women financial literacy is also very important. I am working on a lot even recently. I addressed Nepali Chamber of Commerce Women's Day. I was one of the speaker there. We addressed on. I spoke about how a women financial literacy, why women financial literacy is very important, and how it can be achieved by using the different tools and also technologies available surrounding us.
Great, very great points. Um, I would like to come to closer segment again, as this is more about a leadership insights. As a leader, what are the best qualities that an individual needs to have?
Mm-hmm. So definitely, first as a leader, I should say that you should be a role model for your team who can follow you. You need to be a visionary, and you need to have a proper discipline and visionary is much more I should say important. You should be able to show the path to your team, how they should follow or how they should move forward. And yep, and being upgraded with what is happening in the market, in the community, in the technology, it's very important. If you don't get upgraded, then it will be a problem. So what technology is evolving so fast, and vision and with continuous learning, I should say. Those two are very important.
Great. So how do you manage your team? So I'm sure you have a team across the borders, and from the different time zones. You keep traveling, and how do you cascade your vision and your mission and goal as a team's goal? How do you make that happen?
Excellent. A great question. We have 100 plus employees, most of them finance professionals, CPAs, chartered accountants, and other finance professionals. And what I do is I give time to ensure to train my team. As I said, Tuesdays and Wednesday, I do train my team. And during those times, I try to push my vision and mission. And even all our offices, we have a very strong notes on vision and mission. What is our vision? And I strongly believe that the vision should be passed on even to the office wide level. So everyone should know what is our mission, what is our vision. So then only we can achieve bigger things. So training is much more important, being consistent in touch with the employees and ensuring that we all are running in the same direction.
Perfect. Very well said. So very well said. I want to touch upon last segment on this. Actually, I said, in this line, right? You do coast to coast, and I know you've been very active in IT serve and other community organizations like NRIVA and NABS or any other organizations. I see you actively, and there is a lot of technology symposiums and healthcare symposiums happens. Can we anticipate to see a financial symposium down the line? And do you have any such kind of thoughts or?
Sure, very good question, Raj. Yes, I have been addressing as a speaker in many organizations. I have been addressing a lot of hospitals, doctors, RP. I'm an associate with an RP, and I'm associate with NRA, IT Serve, and also associate with a few of the hotel industries, hotel communities, and many more. And so that with all my knowledge and experience, what I have been doing it, then we decided we wanted to have a wealth summit, Grandhi Wealth Summit, which we are working right now to do it this year. So we are targeting to do it this year by October. We are targeting to launch our first Grandhi Wealth Summit, which we are going to announce details soon. We are working on few logistics, but this we are going to do year on year. Our mission is to guide our all members, NRIs, on wealth building tips, and also with a vision and mission to improve the financial literacy for everyone.
Wonderful, wonderful. Looking forward to see that event.
Sure.
Well, you said when you said the Grandhi summit, immediately GMR came into my mind. So looking forward to see you grow to that level and then bring be a tree and give more shelter to many more young individuals in this line. And again, be a wealth doctor or financial doctor to many youth and many entrepreneurs and make their life fruitful and make their life achievable. I mean, the goals achievable. Thank you very much. Any closing comments or any closing remarks?
Thank you very much, Raj. And definitely, we have been consistently working on to help people on building their financial literacy. And most of them, what I noticed is they don't spend time on building their wealth. They are only running to make money, earn income, but they are not taking the effort to keep the money what you earn. So it's very important. Spend some time in a year to improve your financial literacy knowledge, and also go through recent what's happening in the market, and also stay tuned for a lot more details also from us about our wealth summit. Thank you.
Thank you.